1892, Mary Fields, also known as Stagecoach Mary, became the first black woman to work for the U.S. Postal Service as a mail carrier. She was known for her toughness, carrying a rifle and a revolver to protect the mail from bandits and wild animals. At over 60 years old, she braved harsh weather and rough terrain in Montana, earning the respect of the community. Mary Fields was born into slavery around 1832 and gained her freedom after the Civil War. She eventually made her way to Montana, where she worked at a convent doing heavy labor, something unusual for women at the time. She was known for her strength, quick temper, and love of cigars and whiskey. Her fearless reputation grew when she won a contract to deliver mail for the U.S. Postal Service. She was the second woman and the first black woman to do so. She used a horse-drawn wagon to transport mail, but wasn't afraid to travel on foot when necessary. Despite threats from outlaws, wild animals, and harsh weather, she never missed a delivery. Fields became a beloved figure in Cascade, Montana, where she was the only black resident. The local community respected her so much that when a law was passed banning women from saloons, the mayor made an exception just for her. She lived into her early 80s, leaving behind a legacy of resilience and independence. Mary Fields, or Stagecoach Mary, had a larger-than-life personality that made her a legend in Montana. She wasn't just a mail carrier. She was a community protector and a force to be reckoned with. One famous story about her toughness involves a time when her stagecoach broke down in the middle of a dangerous route. Instead of panicking, she grabbed her rifle, fought off wolves that were circling, and carried the mail the rest of the way on foot. She was so reliable that postal officials noted she never failed to deliver a single letter, no matter the conditions. Despite her rough exterior, she had a soft spot for kids and often bought candy for them. Locals in Cascade, Montana adored her, and when she got older and couldn't work, they all pitched in to support her. She remained a beloved figure until her passing in 1914. Mary Fields had a reputation for being as tough as any man, if not tougher. She was over 6 feet tall, weighed around 200 pounds, and could outshoot, outdrink, and outfight just about anyone. She once got into a gunfight with a man who insulted her, though no one was hurt. She was also known for her generosity. She ran a laundry business in her later years, and if a customer couldn't pay, she'd let them slide. The local baseball team, made up of young boys, considered her their biggest supporter, and she often treated them to candy and treats. Despite facing racism and discrimination, Mary was deeply respected by the people of Cascade, Montana. When she passed away in 1914, the town shut down for a day to honor her, something rarely done for black residents at the time. Her grave still stands in Cascade, a testament to her fearless and trailblazing spirit. Mary Fields' life was full of adventure, grit, and defiance of societal norms. She had a fierce independence that made her stand out in the Old West, where women, especially black women, rarely had the freedom she carved out for herself. One of her most legendary qualities was her love of a good challenge. It said she could drink, curse, and shoot as well as any cowboy. She often settled disputes with her fists, and she was so strong that she could hitch a team of 6 horses faster than any man in town. Despite her rough exterior, she had a heart of gold and was always ready to lend a hand to those in need. She formed an unlikely friendship with the nuns at St. Peter's Mission, where she worked before becoming a mail carrier. Though she wasn't particularly religious, she respected the sisters and helped them maintain the mission. However, after a heated argument with a priest, some say it escalated to her pulling a gun, she was asked to leave. That's when she reinvented herself as a stagecoach mail carrier, a job that suited her fearless nature. Even after she retired, the people of Cascade, Montana made sure she was taken care of. She spent her final years surrounded by friends, cigars, and laughter. Her story continues to inspire people today as a symbol of resilience and strength. Well, Mary Fields never became a nun. She worked at St. Peter's Mission, a Catholic convent in Montana, doing heavy labor like hauling supplies, repairing buildings, and tending to livestock. The nuns appreciated her hard work, but she was far too independent and rough around the edges to take religious vows. Her time at the mission ended after a heated argument with a priest, which some say involved her pulling a gun. After that, she left and found work as a mail carrier, where she truly made her mark in history. Mary Fields' time at St. Peter's Mission was an important chapter in her life, even though she never became a nun. She arrived there in the late 1800s to help care for the nuns and orphans, doing hard labor that most men wouldn't take on. She chopped wood, built structures, hauled freight through rough terrain, and protected the mission from threats like wolves and bandits. She had a close friendship with Mother Amadeus Dunn, the nun who ran the mission. Some believe it was Mother Amadeus who originally brought Mary to Montana. However, Mary's temper and love of whiskey, cigars, and firearms made her a bit too unconventional for mission life. The final straw came when she got into a heated argument with a priest. Some stories claim she pulled a gun on him, while others say it was just a shouting match. Either way, she was asked to leave. But instead of struggling, she reinvented herself as a mail carrier and became an icon of the Wild West. Despite leaving the mission, Mary remained respected by many in the community. And even in her later years, the townspeople of Cascade looked out for her. Mary Fields was truly one of a kind. After leaving St. Peter's mission, she didn't just fade into the background. She became a living legend in Montana. As a mail carrier, she braved snowstorms, bandits, and wild animals, delivering letters and packages across rugged terrain. She was known for her toughness, carrying a rifle and a revolver to protect the mail from bandits and wild animals. At over 60 years old, she braved harsh weather and rough terrain in Montana, earning the respect of the community.
Before leaving the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe bell and hit the like bell. It helps the channel grow. Thank you.